very sinister, very eugenics plan.
Hello?
This is a Global Tel-Link prepaid call from
Kent Hovind.
an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. This call will be recorded and monitored. Your advance pay account balance is $132.72. For customer assistance, billing inquiries, or to block future calls, dial 1-877-650-4249. To hear the cost of this call, press 8 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. To decline this call, hang up. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. Do not use three-way or call waiting features during this call. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Good evening, Kent Hovind here.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm sick of this whole thing. Ready to go home.
Yeah, I bet.
Man, really. I'm supposed to call somebody at 10 tomorrow. I got a stack of papers under my bed 4 feet high. Can you get that number quickly, or I can go get my papers? But
Yeah, I've got it. You have a paper and a pen?
I do, I'm ready.
One of those guys.
Sam Swanson.
Yeah, Sam Swanson, that's right. And
Okay.
you've done their radio show before. They've got t-shirts made and a CD made. I think he wants to play his CD with the Kent Hovind lyrics in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Rudy didn't come home yet, did he?
oh no, he'll be there until sentencing all the way through.
Well, hopefully there won't be any sentencing. Just go home.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The government today said,
Go ahead.
they said they think they're going to be, the government said they think they'll be done tomorrow with their part. So then it's up to us to do a rebuttal and, not tomorrow, then Friday. They need one more day, is what they said.
Right. Well, Rudy will be there until the end of the defense that the defense puts on. He's staying over the weekend, and he'll be there. Now, also, do you happen to still have the telephone number for the Pastor Manning show?
I do.
Oh, good.
Let me look and see, make sure. I've got a huge...
I can't even imagine your phone book.
It's I have 646-848-97. Pastor Manning, James Manning. Okay, does he want me to call tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I think because you're going to do Sheila's show at 10, you could probably call him before that. And maybe only for, 10 minutes or something like that. Rudy's got to set up an account for him to get some more money on there. I think you might have $5 still left at least on the Ernie Sanders show that's probably happening every night. You could just call him, I think, at 9 or 8 or 9.
Ernie Sanders at 9, okay.
Yeah. I think he's down to about $5, but he'd probably like to hear whatever he can.
Well, does Rudy have any, has he been calling you to give you any feel for how it's going?
Yeah, he comes out, and for every break he comes out. You know that he's not even allowed to bring a pencil and a piece of paper in there? What's the story on that? How can that even be legal?
They're paranoid. It's amazing.
I can't even believe it. And I guess you heard that Ernie Land's not even allowed to talk to you? He's subpoenaed and sequestered or something?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, well, let me tell you what I read today. It said, please notice that Ernie Land was taken into custody for a short while today by the goons for display to all who are at the court. He has been issued a gag order and sequestered, and imagine this, he is being called as a witness for the prosecution who told him they didn't order it, but it was ordered by the judge. He asked how does a judge get involved in calling witnesses, and he got a lot of head nodding from people around. Anyway, he's gagged and cannot contact Paul or Kent, as well as he can make no comments on the trial, and I guess the judge is the only one who figured out how to shut him up.
Wow. Well, broadcast that worldwide.
Yeah, people know about that.
The American people, the American people are paying for all this. They need to know what they're paying for.
Yeah. And so Rudy wasn't allowed to bring the paper and the pad into the courtroom, so he had somebody sitting outside the door, and he would go out.
The Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
He would leave the courtroom and he would go out into the hall and he would make his notes, because, he's making notes and he's reporting on everything. He'd make it in the hall and then he would come back in, and now he's not even allowed to do that. No paper and pad allowed in the hallway, and he's not even allowed to bring a pen through the front gate.
Well, it's John 3:19 and 20. Men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil.
That's right.
Evil people don't want others to know what they're doing. That's normal. I wouldn't either if I was doing something wrong, which is precisely why I want everybody to know what's going on. Tell the whole world. Bring them all in there. Bring the cameras in. What's Rudy thinks? What's his opinion so far on how it's going?
He says that they're acting like a bunch of dorks, retards.
I hope the jury sees how childish this is.
They're sleeping.
The jury's thinking, you wasted all of our time for a week for what?
Yeah.
A guy mailing a letter? Hello?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Usually the average Joe Blow citizen is just enamored by, whoa, I'm in a federal courthouse. These are the federal prosecutors. This is the IRS. Whoa, he's got to be guilty of something. It happens every time. I mean, how many innocent people have gone to prison?
Yeah, we had a police officer friend in there today, and he said that there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever, and this is ridiculous. No crime committed.
There's plenty of evidence that I filed a Liz pendants and been fighting the case, and Paul's been doing stuff for the trust, and there's plenty of evidence that we're not connected on this battle. I want the trust to do what they're supposed to do. I'm very disappointed in what they did, and Glenn Stoll and Paul over the. Yeah, that's obvious, but sure no collusion.
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Are you two?
Defraud the government.
Are you two allowed to talk to each other in there?
Well, it depends on which marshal is it. The rule is, yes, you can talk, but you can't touch each other. He's supposed to stay 3 or 4 or 5 feet away. Anybody, I talked to several people, but there's one marshal there who just thinks, whoa, don't even talk. They take their power and it goes to their head. They say, no, you can't even talk to him, which is not the rule. But if they tell you that, now that becomes the rule, because
Wow.
Just for that one. Most of them, though, have been very sensible and say, sure, you can talk, you can't touch, you can't pass anything. That's all.
Oh, I see. What about your public pretender there? Did you ask him about Whitehead? Rutherford?
I did not ask him about that. I don't know how that works. I should. He's been doing an amazingly good job. I'm just wondering when or if they will yank his chain and say, okay, now's the time, throw the case,
Wow.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he really wants to win it. I think he really wants to, but, will they allow that is the thing,
Yeah.
Well, I am more concerned about the gospel of Christ. I want the whole world to see what's happening. This is how they do it, folks.
Yeah.
We need to pull the plug on this whole Justice Department. Shut off their budget. They obviously have way too much money to spend. Spend $500,000. They flew people in to testify that they're a notary, which is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
What a colossal waste of money. Where do these guys get this money to do this? Well, they take it from everybody else. They take it from you.
Yeah, I realize that.
By force. By force.
So,
don't you dare not give us your money, or you'll end up where Kent Hovind is.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's so sad. I just pray that God would get the glory and that it would be national news. And I want something amazing to happen, so I'm just waiting to see. I agree, nothing's been presented. However, the average juror is not familiar with what they do wrong and just is enamored. And you have to. That's why Paul Hansen, I think he was completely exonerated today and yesterday with everything I presented. Like, well, you did nothing wrong. Yeah, we know. So, anyway, we'll see. Friday, they're supposed to run out of gas. They played a whole bunch of my phone calls and read a bunch of my emails and hang on. Do you have a house call? And I thought it was great. It showed clearly, hey, I'm trying to fight this thing. Yes, I disagree. I think the initial case was evil. I'll say that to the world. I think God would say it too. It was wrong. They did wrong. However, I've never done anything illegal to try to get it overturned. I've only taken legal steps, which is all I'm going to do. And I'm going to continue the rest of my life. I want this completely overturned. I want an apology, and I want a bunch of money, and I want to go home. Simple, real simple.
Yeah.
How on earth can you go to prison for 10 years for taking your own money out of your own bank to pay your own bills?
Yeah.
Have we gone nuts? Has the whole world gone stupid? I mean,
yeah.
The people need to just be calling Congress saying, look, would you re-examine this whole thing? First of all, stop that stupid structuring law, repeal it, and make it retroactive. Be sure it's retroactive, and make sure you say, okay, in this law, we're going to provide for damages for everybody. We did it. 147 people last year had their bank accounts seized under this structuring law. Almost none of them for drugs.
Wow. Wow.
They were just simply taking out less than $10,000, and the IRS came and seized their bank account.
Oh, that Dina person, sorry, that Dinell person, I had it wrong. It's after 6 tonight or after 9 tomorrow in the morning. All day tomorrow, I think it is. Oh, are you there?
9. Oh,
yeah,
9.
sorry, I had the time mixed up. And I'm not sure who that person
I'll
is.
call some of them right now.
Okay, great. Why don't you try Sanders and see if you can get on the radio for 5 minutes and then do the rounds. And Jerry said that anytime you can't reach us, you can always call him or Racer.
Okay, good. There's a whole long line of guys waiting for the phone. I don't want anybody mad at me, but I'll call as many as I can here.
Oh, yeah. Racer.
Ernie, I don't even know what that...
Racer and Jerry said, no, you don't need to call them. But